So, on Sunday, the New York Times posted this big, flashy article about the future of superhero franchises in Hollywood, with its main focus being on the DC Extended Universe. And that's what we're talking about today. Hi everyone, it's Grayson, and this is Grayson Talks Everything. If you are new to the channel, welcome, and if you're not new and are returning, welcome back. Hope you can stick around for the entire video. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and also follow my Instagram so you can get the latest updates on when videos are coming out, and when I just post some new art, like these right here. And here's the Instagram handle right here. Alright, let's talk about these new DCEU releases. So like I said earlier, on Sunday, the New York Times posted an article talking about the future of superhero franchises, specifically DC in the DC Extended Universe in Hollywood. In the article, Walter Hamada, the head honcho and producer over all of the DCEU films, basically Warner Brothers' Kevin Feige, he doubled down on the whole multiverse business model, even though Marvel is going to beat him to it once again. It's actually kind of... We'll get to it later, but when you think about it, it's kind of like weird, like Marvel's beating you to it. Why are you trying? But yeah, so even in his own words, the movie franchise's version of Earth 1, which will be the DCEU's main continuity for some time, because that could always change. So it's the DCEU's main continuity for right now, will consist of Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, Ben Affleck's Batman, and Henry Cavill's Superman. While the franchise's version of Earth 2 will consist of where Robert Pattinson's Batman lives. And the Flashpoint movie that is coming up very soon, or not soon, but it's coming up soon, will explain to general audiences about the DCEU's multiverse, or how the DCEU's multiverse will work. And there are an infinite number of alternate Earths in the comics, and after another divisive DC movie, because I know a lot of people did not like Wonder Woman 1984. I liked it, if you saw my review, but it's another divisive DC film, which is getting to be a real problem for the Warner Entertainment. So yeah, after another divisive DC movie, one would like to utilize the multiverse to make fun and interesting stories and not hide past creative mistakes. And plus, the MCU is having fun with the multiverse from a creative perspective, whereas the DCEU seems to be using it from a business perspective to have competing versions of the same characters, which is odd, and which in reality undercuts all the DC characters. Like, for example, can Robert Pattinson's Batman have a Superman, Wonder Woman, or even characters like Joker or Harley Quinn that reside on his Earth? And it's one of those things where it's like, and what if those versions of the characters already proved to be more popular than the already established ones in the DCEU? Why fracture the already fractured DC fan base even more, when you can just find creative ways to get everyone behind an already established character? And why even do that to the talent you already signed on to these franchises? That seems a little shady. I have also seen some people on the internet suggest that after Wonder Woman 1984's misstep, the DCEU needs to do a full-on reboot with the Batman, which is coming up soon. Which, not gonna lie, kind of makes sense due to the fact that the success of the first Wonder Woman and the Aquaman film, because remember, that film made $1 billion at the box office. That was like DC's biggest win. Were the only two things really holding the current DCEU together. But another option that I personally like better is for the current DCEU to spin out of the upcoming Snyder Cut and have the current DCEU live a second life on HBO Max as the Snyderverse, which could still technically embrace the multiverse, but to me, I always thought that DC has always done a better job with their Elseworld stories. So, the Snyderverse could be an ongoing Elseworld story on HBO Max, while the theatrical DC movies can reboot with the Batman and Flashpoint. The whole idea of Flashpoint, especially in the comics and in animation, is to reboot the already current DC timeline. But sadly, I'm pretty sure Warner Bros. can't reboot the DCEU right at this moment because there are already so many and too many projects moving ahead in the pipeline right now, and too many stuff in motion. And to be honest, some of them I personally think might be successful and could be very popular. So let's finally break down these upcoming projects, because some of these honestly look pretty good on first glance and could be incredibly popular. So let's start with the main DC Trinity. So there is Matt Reeves' upcoming The Batman, which looks phenomenal, but it has a horrible release date though. So I honestly think they should just move it either later in the year, which is 2022, or just like move it like a couple months, just later, because March 4th, that's a very congested release schedule for that year. So it's a horrible date. And Warner Brothers insists that Patty Jenkins will conclude her Wonder Woman trilogy with Wonder Woman 3, and that they also confirmed that a movie based off the Amazons is in the works, and that will probably come out first before Wonder Woman 3 to give everybody a break. Which, I mean, is not a bad idea. It's not, honestly. Director J.J. Abrams already has a live-action Justice League Dark TV show in the works at HBO Max, and he already has written an outline, at least. Yeah, he already written an outline for a new Superman movie to direct, and is meeting with screenwriters to use his outline and create an actual script. And the decision, I heard recently that the decision to keep Henry Cavill as Superman has not yet been made. Speaking of HBO Max, Walter Hamada has also clarified in the article that Warner Brothers will release 4 DC films theatrically per year, while hoping to release 2 riskier DC films on HBO Max per year as well. Now, the riskier films Walter Hamada has in mind right now are the live-action Batgirl movie and a live-action Static Shock film, which Michael B. Jordan is co-producing. And honestly, I really feel like the riskiest thing here, personally, would be downgrading the iconic flagship milestone character to a streaming movie. Warner Brothers is just asking for a problem there. So I feel like that should not be in the riskier films. I think it could make a lot of money if they release that theatrically. Walter Hamada has also said that with every new DC movie coming out, Warner Brothers is now asking themselves if the movie has potential for an HBO Max spinoff. The Batman is getting his own GCPD show while on HBO Max, and James Gunn's The Suicide Squad is spinning off the character Peacemaker on HBO Max as well. And Green Lantern will return to the DC movies, not as a movie at first, but as an HBO Max show first. And the Flashpoint movie, Aquaman 2, Shazam, Fury of the Gods, and Black Adam all have their release dates set for theatrical releases. So that's my breakdown of all the new DC films that are probably going to come out. That are most likely going to come out. There are other films in the pipeline, but those seem less likely to come out anytime soon compared to these. So again, what did you think? How do you feel about this multiverse business strategy? I'm really curious to see what you guys think of it. Again, share your thoughts down below, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. And also follow my Instagram. The link will always be in the bio. Alright. Bye, everyone.